What if I told you that you can close a $5,000 a month client without sending a single outreach message and without hopping on a single sales call? In fact, you close them in a way that your prospect feel as if they have found you, which obviously increases your value. Now, most people who are trying to land high paying clients are doing the exact same thing. They are sliding into DMs, sending connection requests, copy pasting the same outreach template into hundreds of inboxes, and they're all fighting over the same pool of clients. And there's nothing wrong in that, as I used to do the same exact thing. But then I learned something that made me feel genuinely stupid for trying to get clients that way. So here's the thing. One of my mentors runs an agency that closes over 1,000 clients every single year. 1,000 fucking clients. And when I asked him how he do it, he told me something which completely changed the way I think about client acquisition now. And here's what makes this even crazier. After learning that system, I completely stopped doing sales call whatsoever. And in this video, I'm going to make you walk through that exact system, the 3 platforms that I use to find high quality leads, a three-step filtration process that makes sure that I never waste my time on the wrong people, the strategy that flips the power dynamics so clients think that they have found you rather than you chasing them, and how you can close clients without ever hopping on a call. Everything in this video is what I actually use, and it's all built around one idea, which is that stop chasing and start attracting. Now let's start with the platforms. There are only 4 places that I go consistently to find high paying clients: Instagram, YT, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Now the type of clients that I look for specifically is someone in the info space: coaches, course creators, mentorship sellers, investors, entrepreneurs with good audiences. These are the people who already have built trust with the following. They're already selling something, and they know that marketing is what separates them from the next level, so they can actually pay for the results. By the way, whatever your niche or industry or service is, this system will still work for you regardless. Now, Instagram is my primary hunting ground right now. Most personal brands and coaches live there, so you can call it a hub, right? YouTube is where I find bigger players, sharks, creators with real authority and monetized channels. LinkedIn, on the other hand, is a great fucking place for B2B and business facing clients. But here's the thing. Knowing a platform is just step 1. The real work is in the filtration process that I take all of my leads through after I find them. Because the biggest mistake I see people make is that they chase anyone who look like as they might have money, which is completely wrong. So there's a 3-step filtration process I run every lead through, and it's what separates productive prospecting from wasted hours. So here's how it looks like. Initially, what I'm looking for is at least 50,000 followers or subscribers. This tells me 2 things: that they have built a real audience and they're serious enough about their brand to have grown into that level. Anyone below that number, personally, I won't bother investing my time into talking to them and consulting them. So you need to make sure that whoever you reach out to have at least good enough industry following for you to easily upscale them. Now step 2, which is, do they have real engagement? Having followers means nothing if nobody is watching. For someone with 50k followers, I want to see between at least 20,000 to 100,000 views per video minimum. If someone has 200k followers and they're only getting 3k to 2k views or 5k views, that's a dead audience. So just fucking move on. And step 3 is that, are they running ads? Now this one is optional though, but it's a huge green flag, because if someone is already spending money on ads, it tells me that they understand paid acquisition. They're serious about growth, and they're willing to invest money to make even more money. They are investing in their marketing. And I'm telling you that these clients are the easiest to work with because they are already in the right mindset of investing in their business. Now, I know what you might be thinking, that this filter is cutting out so many people. Good, because that is exactly what we want. Because here's the thing. Spending an hour on a call with someone who doesn't pass these filters is the exact same as flushing that hour down the drain. These filters aren't limiting you. They are protecting your time. Now, most people, once they have a list of leads who pass these filters, they just go straight into the cold DM. And that is exactly where this system gets interesting, because I don't do that. In fact, reaching someone on Instagram is something I would not really recommend anyone doing, because 90% of the time you're talking to the appointment setter rather than the business owner themselves. So instead, what I do is this, and this is the exact single thing that has changed everything about how I acquire clients. Everybody teaches you cold outreach, which works sometimes, but it is the most crowded approach in the game right now. Every person who just finished a $97 outreach course is flooding the same inboxes with the same outreach template. So here's what you need to do instead. You go to the platform where your target audience already hangs out, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, whatever, and then send follow requests and connect with a bunch of people who actually fits your ICP. And then instead of pitching them, you post what I do, a call out post, which looks something like, if I could bring you 20 qualified leads for your high ticket coaching program, would you be interested? And if you are, then drop a comment below to know what we will do for you and how we will do it for you, right? Simple, no pitch, but just a simple question. Now here's the magic of this. The psychology behind this is completely different from cold outreach. Because when someone DMs you trying to sell something, your guard immediately goes up. You know what's coming, but when you see a post like this and you decide to comment on it, you think that you found them. You feel like you made the choice, and that shifts the power dynamic entirely. They are not being sold to, they are raising their hand, and people who raise their hands are already halfway sold before you ever say a single word. But here's where I think that you might mess it up. Let's say that you do a call or post and you get your ICP to raise their hand, and then you just hop on a 45-minute discovery call where you spend an hour doing all the sales dance, and at the end you get, I don't have enough money. Now I don't do that, and I'm going to show you exactly how you close instead without hopping on a single sales call. Or if you do hop on a call, that wouldn't be just a sales call, it would be just you giving them that direction and they're already pre-sold. So every single client that you close gets a 5-minute Loom video. That's it. And the single most important thing I learned about selling is that you don't explain your service, you demonstrate the outcome. So let's say if I'm working with, let's say, a med spa, I won't talk about some fucking Facebook ads or conversion rates or cost per click or anything like that. I'll just play a 10-second audio clip of a phone call where someone's gonna say that, hey, my name is Sarah, I just saw your ad and I've been, wanting to try Botox for a while now. So like, do you have any openings for this week? And then I'll record that and I'm gonna send that one Loom video to 50 to 100 prospect ideal leads every single month who reach out to me, right? And I'm gonna say that you're gonna get this kind of clients every single month. That's it, that's the pitch. Because most of these businesses don't really know about your fancy vanity matrices or your services, but show them the result, show them the actual thing that is going to happen for their business after they have bought your services, and you will see how easily you're gonna close them. Another thing that I want to add on this is that never mention your price until they are completely sold. Build rapport first, then sneak the number at the end. Now this doesn't mean that you stop discussing about the price forever, but the way you frame the price changes everything. Think about it this way. If someone says that I have a car for $5,000, so you want it, you have no idea that if that is a deal or a rip-off. You don't know what you're buying. But if they say that this is a 2022 Honda Civic, 15,000 miles on it, full service history, and it's only for $5 grand. Now you can evaluate it. Now you know what you're buying. Now you know what you're paying for. So price without context is actually meaningless. So let's say if I say $2,000 a month for my service, in the video, I'll immediately contextualize it. So for $2,000 a month, you're going to get 50 to 100 qualified leads of this type every single month. Now they're not buying the $2,000, they're buying the fact that 50 to 100 qualified calls a month is worth far more than that. So when you frame it that way, the price stops being an obstacle. The only question becomes that, is this outcome actually worth the number that I'm paying for? And for the right client, it always is. Then at the end of the video, I'll tell them exactly how to buy. Click the button, click the link, book a call, message me on Instagram, whatever that is. And then I'll walk them through the next step. At the last, there's one thing that I want you to fully internalize from this video. People, they don't want to be sold to. They don't want to go over a Zoom meeting for an hour with someone they don't even know is worth their time. put it in their calendar, and feel the low-key pressure of someone trying to close them. That whole experience is exhausting for them and for you too. What people actually want is to evaluate your offer on their own terms, watch a short video on their own couch while sleeping with their wife, on their own phone during lunch, or on their own time, whenever they are comfortable. The 5-minute video method works because it removes every single friction point from the buying decision. No scheduling, no pressure, no wasted hour of your life talking to someone who turned out to have no budget at all. So you send the video, they watch it, they buy or not, but you spend your time on the ones who do. That's the full system. Find the right people, filter ruthlessly, let them come to you with a hand-raiser post, close them through a short video that demonstrates the outcome and contextualize the price. And then the people who need that extra layer of convincing, or that extra layer of being guided towards the buying decision, you just hop on a call with them. And that's not a sales call. You and I, we both know that that's not a sales call. That's just you showing them where the next step actually is, right? So stop chasing, start attracting, and stop wasting time on the people who were never going to pay you. Now, everything that I just walk you through is how I find clients and close them. But the real fucking leverage comes from what happens after the client says yes. Because the most common problem I see with people who actually start to land those 5K retainers is that they don't know how to keep them, how to retain them. So there's something you must do, and I also do it by myself, due to which I'm able to build this insanely strong relationship with every client that they almost never leave. So what I can do is that if you reach me out on Instagram, I can actually give you a complete breakdown of what I do and how I do it, and how you can structure it specifically for your offer, for your service that you're selling, so that you can just start implementing it by tomorrow and start seeing results from the next week.